Hello and welcome to Storytime Africa Tales, where every story holds a valuable lesson. Gather round, because today we are journeying to the quiet village of Adukopa for a tale called The Missing Goat Mystery. In the heart of Adukopa, where red earth paths wound between mud houses and the sweet smell of roasted corn filled the air, lived a young boy named Kojo. Kojo was famous for his quick laughter, his sharp eyes, and above all, his deep love for his grandmother's goats. Every single morning, without fail, Kojo would lead the goats to graze near the towering baobab tree by the stream. Among the herd was a special little goat named Akoko. She was a small white goat with a single black spot on her ear. Akoko wasn't just any goat. She was his grandmother's favorite. His grandmother believed that Akoko brought blessings and good fortune to their home. One morning, as the sun lazily climbed into the sky, Kojo began his daily routine, counting the goats before letting them out. 1, 2, 3. He counted again, and his brow furrowed in a deep frown. Akoko was missing. His heart began to pound like a drum in his chest. Where could she be? He searched everywhere. He looked behind the huts, near the smoky cooking fires, and even by the sprawling cassava farm, his voice calling out, "Akoko, Akoko," but the only reply was the gentle morning breeze. The little goat did not answer. By midday, the news had fluttered through the entire village like a restless butterfly. Whispers began to circulate. Some villagers murmured that a hyena might have snatched the goat in the dead of night. Others, more suspicious, pointed fingers at a thief from the neighboring village. The village elders, wise and respected, gathered under the shade of the big neem tree to discuss the troubling mystery. "Let us not accuse without wisdom," said Elder Kwaku, thoughtfully stroking his long grey beard. "A calm mind sees what angry eyes miss." His words carried weight, and the villagers listened intently. But Kojo couldn't just sit and wait. He felt a fire in his belly, a determination to find his grandmother's beloved goat. With a respectful nod and permission from the elders, he decided to begin his own investigation. He remembered his grandmother's wise words, "The earth always tells the truth to those who listen." So Kojo returned to the empty goat pen. He knelt down and studied the ground with intense focus. He saw no signs of a struggle, no scattered fur, no signs of a predator. All he found were small, delicate hoofprints leading away from the pen toward the old forest path. That was his clue. Quietly, he began to follow the trail. Along the way, he met a girl named Amma, who was known throughout the village for her clever and sharp thinking. "Where are you going in such a hurry, Kojo?" she asked, her eyes curious. "I'm going to find Akoko," he replied, his voice firm with resolve. Amma simply nodded, understanding the urgency, and joined him on his quest. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the air grew cooler. They noticed freshly broken leaves on low branches and other telltale signs that a small animal had passed by. Suddenly, a faint sound reached their ears. It was a soft, weak bleating. Hope surged through them. They followed the sound, their steps quickening until they reached a shallow pit cleverly hidden by tall blades of grass. And there, at the bottom, was a cuckoo. She was perfectly unharmed, but completely stuck, unable to climb out on her own. Kojo let out a huge sigh of relief, a wide grin spreading across his face. "You foolish goat," he laughed, the tension finally leaving his body. "You almost caused a whole world of trouble in the village." With Amma's help, Kojo gathered strong branches and fashioned a small ramp leading out of the pit. Akoko, seeming to understand, happily climbed out, wagging her little tail as if this had all been a grand adventure. But when Kojo and Amma returned to Adekapa, with Akoko trotting happily beside them, the entire village erupted in joyful laughter and relief. The whispers of hyenas and thieves faded away, replaced by cheers. The elders praised Kojo and Amma for their patience and clear-headed thinking. Elder Kwegu stood before the crowd once more. "Today we have learned an important lesson," he announced. "Not every mystery is caused by evil or malice. Sometimes it is only carelessness that needs our understanding." That evening, as a celebration, Kojo's grandmother cooked a special and delicious meal, sharing it with all the children. Akoko rested peacefully by the warm glow of the fire, chewing calmly as the soft, distant echo of drums filled the night air. And so the mystery of the missing goat was solved not with anger or blame, but with careful observation, teamwork, and a calm mind. The moral of our story is that wisdom, patience, and looking closely at the facts can solve problems much better than fear and quick accusations. Thank you for joining us for another Storytime Africa tale. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more wonderful stories and lessons from across Africa. We'll see you next time.